Hello stamping friends, this is Angie here with Too Cool Stamping. I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and if you don't already have a demonstrator, I would love to be your demonstrator. So check out my toocoolstamping.com blog post every day, and you can always contact me there if you would like a catalog. So welcome to our live class this week. We have a really awesome class. Today we're going to be featuring two cool bundles that go together and are really awesome. They are available this month. We saw a preview of one of them in the mini catalog. That was the Hey Birthday Chick stamp set. And the cool news happened when at first they told us, oh, that's not available. So when the catalog first came out, wasn't even available for us to purchase yet, but we found out it was because they were going to do a special promotion that included die sets and had a bundle with that. And best of all, they brought back one of the most popular Sale-a-Bration sets from the past, and that is Hey Chick. This is, many of you may have this already. It is a Sale-a-Bration selection that we had back in 2017, and it has been one of the most popular selections that Stampin' Up! Has ever had for Sale-a-Bration. So they brought it back. They brought some awesome coordinating dies with it, so you can purchase just the stamp set if you don't have it already. You can purchase the bundle with the stamp set and the dies, which I'll show you in a minute. And then we have that Hey Birthday Chick, as well as some dies to go with that as well. This is a phenomenal collection. If you love the chicks already, I know you're gonna love both of the bundles. You're gonna love the die cutting possibilities. And if you don't have the chicks already, you're gonna want them. You are gonna want them because they are super, super adorable. And when you have both of those bundles, there's so many different elements that you can put together and make just really simple birthday cards that are cute, or you can get really elaborate and detailed and have a lot of different dies to work with to make a whole barnyard scene if you want to. So lots of possibilities. We're not even gonna have time to go over all the possibilities, but I do have 5 different cards to show you today. We're gonna have a 5-card class kit like we normally do, so you can have all the parts and pieces ready to go and make your own cards along with the video. And you'll be able to do that. You'll be able to earn that free class kit with a $35 minimum order using the host code, and I'll show you that when I flip the camera around. So that's what we have in store today. I did want to remind you that we are coming up on the last 10 days, a little more than maybe 10 days of Sale-a-Bration. So if you are wanting any of the Sale-a-Bration items, this is going to be your last chance. Remember, it's only a 2-month promotion this year. Many of you who have been with Stampin' Up! For a long time might remember it being 3 months and lasting clear through March, but it does not. We have just until the end of February to get the free items with a $50 purchase. So you can select anything out of this cute little flyer. And if you don't have the flyer, you can go to toocoolstamping.com, and I have a link to an online version on there so you can see what's available. And there's a couple of selections in here that you can get for a $100 order. The Berry Blessings was one that we had a class a few weeks ago, and that has been a super popular one. And also Touch of Ink, which I never did get any, I didn't do any cards with that yet, but really, really cute, and only 10 days left. So don't forget to get your Sale-a-Bration item when you place your order. You need to have at least a $50 order to get that free selection. And don't forget also is that awesome starter kit incentive that goes along with Sale-a-Bration. So when you purchase that starter kit for $99, you'll get to, like you normally would, get to choose $125 worth of products of your choice. You get free shipping on that order. You're gonna get a free paper pumpkin kit in your order, and during Sale-a-Bration only, you're going to get 5 packs of 6x6 designer series paper. And these are pattern papers in all the different colors from the whole color collection of Stampin' Up! So you get 200 sheets in all. and it's like a $55 value. It's a great, great incentive, a little added bonus to that already awesome starter kit deal. So remember, you can take advantage of that until the end of February. Okay, let's turn the camera around and start creating. You guys are gonna love this, I know you will. Let me know if you already have the Hey Chick stamps from the 2017 Sale-a-Bration. I would love to know if you already have that available. All right, here we go. So let me tell you a little bit about our 5-card class kit. We do that just about every week, and you're going to be able to earn all the parts and pieces to create our 5 cards today when you place a $35 order at toocoolstamping.com. Just click on the Shop Now link and be sure to apply that host code B34GJUFQ. So I'll have that on my website later today, and I'll also have it on the details of the video right after the video. So you'll have that available to you. So let's take a look at the 2 different bundles that you can now get, and they will be available through the end of June. So the first one, as I mentioned, Hey Chick, that's the one that was already out. Let me turn some more light on here. Here we go. So this is the one that was out in 2017. It's been brought back. If you didn't get it then you can choose that as part of the bundle or separately. So the bundle, so awesome, just called the Chick Dies. And look at all the different things that you get in here. Let me take these out real quick. So you get some chicken wire, you get a little signpost, a little barn, a little stump, and some of these things we're not using on cards, so let me show you right now. So the stump is super cute. You can see the detail in the dies. There's these little eggs that go with it, and so I cut one of those out. Let's see if we can get some, and that has little dots on there. You have a little feed bag. I didn't get a chance to use that, but that's so super cute too. And then here's another part that I did not use, and that are these little, they almost look like chicken scratches, maybe some hay, or just little chicken feet. And that is just, actually that one comes in the next die set, so I'll show you that in a minute. But I'm gonna show you, there's a corn stalk here, and it has corn cobs and everything on there, as well as, most importantly, all of the different outline dies for all of the chick images. So you'll have the opportunity to really, you can color those and pop them up and die cut them really easily. So that's the Chick Dies. And then we also have the Hey Birthday Chick bundle. And I love this one. Coordinates, has the same kind of cutesy characters, some really cute sentiments, and everything is with a birthday theme. You have the balloon, you have a little party hat on this little chick, you have a little cupcake down here, so, so cute. But they all match and coordinate, so you can mix and match the different chicks and different images, you know, between the 2 of them. And then this is the Birthday Chick Dies. So again, we have some fun, different pieces here, a little fence post, a little happy birthday, and we'll be using that. There's that feed bag. There's a little chick. Here's that little chick, and he's so cute. He's got a little wing that pops out. I didn't get a chance to use him, but he'd be cute like on the inside of a card even. Here's that, that chicken wire from the other die set. That's super cute, really fine. And most of the other things we're gonna use. This right here, you'll see that's like a streamer for your birthday party, a little bow tie. There's those chicken scratch embossing pieces. And of course, the outlines to all of the different images, just like the other kit. So lots of fun possibilities. You can go simple. You can go really super detailed if you like that, and make something really extravagant. So, I don't know, extravagant, probably not the best word for a farmyard zine, but really, really cool. Lots of fun details and layers. So I'll show you lots of those things. And we'll get started right away. All right, so I'm going to keep these dies out so I can show you which dies I'm using for some of these. Okay, so to start out with, we are going to go with some nice neutral colors. And I have an early espresso card base, 5.5 by 8.5, and it's scored at 4 1/4. Next, I have a layer of cinnamon cider. And this is a 4 by 5 1/4 piece. I've already embossed that with the pine wood planks. I thought that looked really cool with the chicks. And we'll add that to the background. And be sure to use something like the seal adhesive, something that's really secure since it's a textured piece. All right, next I took a piece of the Good, what is it called? World of Good, I think. I forgot the name of it. World of Good Designer Series paper. And I liked this background here. It had a little bit of early espresso in it. And the checked pattern in it kind of reminds me of chicken wire. There's actually a background stamp that I do not have that is chicken wire. So that would be perfect if you're looking for something else to add to your collection to get your total up to the next free stamp set for the $50 order. That would be a good one. I'll have to look that up. I don't have my book right here with me, but it is a really pretty chicken wire background, and that would be fun to use for that as well. All right, I have just a little piece of Poppy Parade. Oh, let me tell you, the size of this was 4 by 1.5, and this one is 4 by 1/2. And this is going to be just a little pop of color right here at the bottom. And you'll see why in a minute. Let's start working on our focal point. We have a basic white stitch shapes circle already pre-cut, and that's going to go right here. And then we're going to stamp he's the cool chick, I think. I love his hair. I don't know what that technical term is for a rooster's hair. Does anyone know that? You'll have to enlighten me. So we're just going to stamp that onto some basic white in Memento Tuxedo Black ink. And we will start coloring that in with some Stampin' Blends markers. The other thing I love about these stamped images are they're small, so they're really great for coloring with Stampin' Blends. You don't have to do a whole lot of coloring, but you can do a lot of, you can get some practice with your Stampin' Blends if you're not very familiar with them. These are a great size of images to practice on. So I'm starting out with ivory. I found that I'm really liking the ivory color with the chicks. It's just a little bit of hint of color, not too, you could use crumb cake. That's a little dark for me, but you know, chickens and roosters are all different colors, so experiment. So I added just a little hint of the cinnamon cider light, and then I'm just going to go over again with ivory just to kind of smooth that out. And then we're going to add some Poppy Parade to match that Poppy Parade on our card. We'll use that on our plume here. Is that what we call it? Seriously, I need help with that terminology if anyone knows. I know I have several friends who have decided to raise chickens in their lives, and that was not anything that we ever did growing up. But lots of chicken farmers around Fort Wayne, more than I would have ever thought. So I'm just adding a little bit of Poppy Parade to this chick. So cute. He's funky. That's what I think with his hair. All right, so there's our Poppy Parade, and then a little bit of pumpkin pie for his nose. Sorry, beak. See, I told you I don't have the terminology correct. All right, so there we have him. He's so cute. I want to give you just a tip about the basic white cardstock. I have noticed, and you can probably see it here, you can see that it's the Memento ink that is in the outlined image is bleeding just a tad. And when you stamp and then right away start using your Stampin' Blends, you could experience a little bit of that bleeding. So I just recommend stamp your image, go do something else for a couple of minutes, and then come back and just wait for that to dry nice and thoroughly. Once it does, you will be just fine. Now I went and you'd want to take your coordinating image or coordinating die and cut that out, and I have done that already. And you can see on this image I had waited and there's not as much bleeding going on there. So just wait a little bit. It didn't bleed as much with our old Whisper White, but it just has a little bit different of a surface that we have to kind of make an accommodation for. So just let it dry just a little bit longer than you might have done in the past, and you shouldn't have any problem. So we have our cute chick, and then we also have, I want to put a little sign. So I've already die cut using this little sign right here, and this is a piece of crumb cake that I cut it from. I love that it has all these wooden details, but then it has a nice smooth surface right in the middle that you can stamp on. And that's what we're going to do. We're going to stamp the Hey Chick sentiment on there, and I used Early Espresso to match the card base. And let's add the circle to our card. We're going to add the sign next. And then we're going to pop this guy up with some dimensionals. So about 3 will do it, I think. And we'll just pop him up right here next to him. And then we're going to decorate just a little bit. I have a piece of twine here. This is from the Snail Mail Twine combo pack. And I'll just use a glue dot to add that. So I've just put that right on the glue dot. You want to pinch it a little bit to get that glue dot behind the knot of the twine. We're going to add that to the sign to dress it up just a teeny bit. I'm going to pinch that glue dot underneath it a little more so it's not sticky showing. And then we'll add some rhinestone. Let's decorate the rhinestones with some Poppy Parade Dark. So just a little bit of color right on there. And we're going to add one to the sign, and then maybe a couple down here at the bottom, just to give it a little sparkle. Now if you wanted to, you could add some Wink of Stella. You know I always love that. That would add a little sparkle to it. But there is our very first card, and this is mainly using the Hey Chick stamps, and then the dies that go with it. So that's our first card. Let me show you a Too Cool version. So this is the second version. I went a little bit more on this one. I used Mossy Meadow for the background, crumb cake, had a piece of the Ice Cream Corner Designer Series paper with that same pop of Poppy Parade. This time I colored our chick in with some yellow, some Daffodil Delight, and Mango Melody Light, and then had my sign, I think I have that in Sahara Sand with Have a Happy Day. And then you can see this awesome corn stalk. So you have the corn stalk, and then you have the husk and the cobs all separate as dies, and you layer those all together. It's a little bit detailed, but if you want to make a really special card, this is such a fun way to add that fun detail and texture. So you can see here in the dies, you have that corn stalk here, you have 4 corn cobs, and you also have 4 corn husks. So you can put those all through really quickly on your Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine, and then I just used glue dots to add those to the background. So I love that extra little bit of detail. So those are our two cool versions for our first card. All right. Next, we're going to start with Rococo Rose, kind of a different color for chicks. You might not think about that, but I thought this would be kind of fun to show how you don't have to use just neutrals. So this is Rococo Rose, just a standard card base. I'm going to add a little piece of Sahara sand on the bottom. This is already embossed with the hammered metal embossing folder. And then this is a 4 1/4 by 1 1/2 inch piece of Sahara sand. We'll add that. I chose that hammered texture so that it would kind of look like cobblestone. Don't you think it kind of looks that way? So we'll have that. Then I have die cut a little fence post that is from the Birthday Chicks dies. And this is, I cut it out with Sahara sand. And then I'm just gonna cut this right in half. First I'm gonna trim this little piece off because I don't need that. And I'm cut this right down the center. I'm going to use a little bit of multi-purpose glue and add that. Well, this was working last night, but it's dried up. Here we go. Just a little dab on each of these, and then we're going to add that to the background. So we're just going to add it right next to that cobblestone, and we'll do it flush against the edge of the card. All right, I'm loving that already. Now I have two pieces here that we're going to layer together, and let me give you the measurements. So this is actually from the Sale-a-Bration flyer. Do you recognize this? Have you gotten this paper yet? This is from the Oh So Ombre collection. Let me show you that real quick while we're talking about it. So for your one of your Sale-a-Bration selections, that's with a $50 order, you can get a free pack of the Oh So Ombre 6x6 paper. These are all the different designs you get. There's 4 different colors: Granny Apple Green, Blackberry Bliss, Rococo Rose, and Bermuda Bay. And you get 8 of each of those in these really cute patterns. And they're an ombre effect. They have the go from light to dark. So you have the ones with the fun circles and then ones that are just plain. So these two are back to back and these two are back to back. So really fun. I love the different ombre looks you can get with that. So this one is with the Rococo Rose ombre, and it's 2 1/4 by 3 3/4. And then I'm going to adhere that to a basic white layer, and that's going to be 2 1/2 by 4. So this is going to be our focal point, and you can see how now that fence post is just going to come, it's going to be in the background of this focal point. Okay, next we're going to stamp our next chick, and this one is going to be this little guy right here from the Hey Chick. We'll stamp him in Memento Black. And again, as I mentioned earlier, you would want to let that dry so that it doesn't have any bleeding. So I'm going to start again with the ivory. I'm really liking the ivory color with the chicks. And I'm just going to do a really simple coloring for this one. So the whole thing's ivory. We're going to add a little bit of soft suede. So this is light soft suede. We'll put that on the tail and also on the wing. I'm not doing a very good job of coloring. but you'll get the idea. Then I'm going to use dark Rococo Rose for its plume, a little bit of the pumpkin pie. I was going to say paper pumpkin, but that's the kit, not the color. So there's my really quick coloring of this guy. Again, you're going to use the coordinating die that goes with that to pop him out, and I already have done that. So this is our cute little chick on that one. And then I cut out, just to make it really pop, I used some of the Love You Always foil sheets in the Rococo Rose color and used the Happy Birthday die for that. So let's put that on the top here. Again, a little bit of the liquid glue. I need to clean off the tip. It's getting a little dried out. I was using it a lot last night. So just a little dab here and there. You can also, if you wanted to, you could put some of the glue on a silicone mat and then sponge it onto the back. That would be a really easy way to do it as well. All right, before I put this down, I noticed I have one little piece here in the A, and I want to get that out. There we go. All right, so this is going to go right at the top. Happy birthday! Woo, it looks so festive. I'm going to pop up this layer with some dimensionals. And this would be fun. You could use, you know, if you use the ombre paper, you could do it in any of those 3 colors. And if you don't have that color of foil, obviously we don't have all the different colors of foil, but you could use silver or gold for that as well. All right, so I'm going to put that right here. We're going to pop up this guy as well. And he goes right here. And then one last little awesome piece, and that is this little bow tie that I also die cut with the birthday chick dies, and we're going to just add that with a glue dot. Actually, the glue dot's kind of big. Let's just do a couple dabs more of glue. And this is really going to dress this little guy up. There he is. He's all ready for the birthday. Whoops. He's all ready for the birthday party. Keeps sticking on me. There we go. Oh, he's so cute. So this is our second card. You can see all that pretty shine. Really simple. I love all the texture in the background and the shine in the foreground. Really, really cute. I did a second version. And this is a lot different. I really went in a different direction. I did basic gray. I did a basic gray cobblestone, Sahara sand for the fence. And then if you might recognize that paper, it's from the Berry Delightful Designer Series paper. That's one of the selections from Sale-a-Bration. And I colored this rooster in completely different, used that Poppy Parade for the pops of color, a black bow tie, very classy, and then also the black Happy Birthday. So really different look with the, and I used some different measurements here too. Let me give you those. So it's still 2 1/4 by 3 3/4, but I made that paper a little bit wider. So 2 3/4 by 4 1/4. So I wanted that paper to show just a little bit more, so that second background layer is a little bit bigger. I actually got this idea, the design idea, from Barb Mulliken, and she sent me this as a swap card, and I really loved the layout. I just changed it up a little bit and made it my own, but thank you so much, Barb, for that cute idea. All right, next, let's do one from the Birthday Chick dies. This one starts out with Coastal Cabana as our card base. It's a little bit shorter. I've cut it just to 7.5. So cut off a whole inch on the side, and then I've scored it at the 4.25. So now we just have a shortened card front. We're going to decorate that card front with some stamping to begin with. And we'll start out with Coastal Cabana and these little confettis and streamers. That's always fun. That's a fun birthday thing. And we're just going to start stamping these all the way across. And I'm going to open that up. So nothing too fancy. If you just keep going in the same direction, it actually works really well to cover that nicely. Again, that was Coastal Cabana. And then we're going to add a little piece of the True Love Designer Series paper. I love black and white, and it really makes things pop. And you can use it on so many different types of projects. Certainly not just Valentine's, but I love that pop of black. So we're going to add this to the bottom here. And then I'm going to add a little bit of texture. Again, we're really kind of stepping out and combining lots of different things from different suites. This is actually from the Playful Pets suite. It's the part of the Playful Pets trim ribbon pack. But again, I love that black and white combo. Just a little bit of texture added. We're going to tie that around the card front into a double knot. Trim that off. And then I'm going to untwist, just twist these so that they are frayed. I love that frayed look. Let me even it up just a tad bit. And we'll put that over here. I love that frayed look. All right, so there is our card front. Now let's work on the focal point. I have a basic white stitched shapes square this time, and I'm layering that on a 2 3/4 inch square of Poppy Parade. And I probably should have done my stamping first, because that's probably a good idea, but we're going to just take a chance that it's going to be perfect, right? It's always perfect when you already adhere a layer together. All right, we're going to put the happy birthday sentiment on this one. I'm going to stamp over here just to make sure that it's pretty straight. So there's our birthday greeting. That's from the Hey Birthday Chick stamp set. Then I'm going to stamp on a scrap sheet our focal point chick for this time, and that is this little guy that has a cupcake. And he's from the Hey Birthday Chick. And then just to save some time, I'm going to show you what it looks like after you color it all in and die cut it. Again, I use that ivory. I use Poppy Parade, some Mango Melody for the feet and the beak and the candle, and some Bermuda Bay for the cupcake, and I think I used gray granite for the cupcake paper. So this little guy is going to go on here. I'm going to pop him up with dimensionals. So you can see how it's just so fun when you have the dies for every different image from the stamp set. It just really works well because you can do a lot of layering and dimension. So we'll add him. Oh, he's so cute. All right, and then we're gonna add this to the front of our card. I'm just gonna put it on right about there, and again, I'm gonna add that with dimensionals. Remember, if you have something like this, so that you don't get dimensionals on the second layer, you're just gonna flip it over so you can see exactly where you can put those. I also am trying to put the dimensionals above that twine so it doesn't get too bulky there. And we'll add that right here. We're gonna finish up with some holiday rhinestones. The pool party ones look really cute with the coastal cabana. So we'll just add a couple of those right here. And then to finish up the card, you can add a little bit of Wink of Stella. I did that on this one. You can see a little bit of shine there. And then the inside of the card, I really love this. Happy birthday, you're still a spring chicken. You have that cute little egg with a chick hatching out of it and a party hat on top. And so this, let me give you the inside dimensions here. This is a 5 1/4 by 3 inch piece of basic white. Super cute. So that is the next card. Let me show you another card. I did not make this one. This one's actually from Tracy Jacobs, but it had kind of a similar look to it. So I thought I would show you that. It has the an old olive ribbon from the Ornate Gardens suite, and then just a very simple design here. And again, this is from the Ice Cream Corner suite, that designer series paper. So thank you, Tracy. Oh, and she added a balloon from another one of the images that she watercolored and chopped off of the other image and stuck it behind this one. So I love that little extra birthday element there. So thank you, Tracy Jacobs. All right, a couple more. So many different options. I just love all the different things that you can do. This one, we're gonna start with a basic white, thick card base. And I've already embossed a background that's in white. So this is basic white 4 by 5 1/4. And we'll add that with some seal. And then I have another little piece here of Rococo Rose. This is 4 by 3/4. And that's going to go right along the bottom here. And we're going to use that Oso Ombre again. This time we're using the Granny Apple Green, and it's a 2 1/2 by 5 1/4 inch piece. If you wanted to, you could use the other side, the Blackberry Bliss side. And I'm layering that onto some Coastal Cabana. And this one is 2 3/4 by 5 1/4. And we'll just add that right to our card front. All right, and that's a really nice foundation for our next chick. So let's see, where are we? The Hey Birthday Chick stamp set. We've used this guy, or no, we haven't used that guy yet. That's going to be on the next card. We've used this guy, the cupcake, that little chick, but let's use this one. This one's kind of fun. So I stamped that, and again, to save some time, I'll just show you how I colored it in and already die cut. And these are things that I'm going to send you the pieces if you earn the card kit, but you're just going to get a white piece, and you're going to either need to have that die cut to die cut it out, or you can just hand trim it with some paper snips. Be sure to get the paper snips. They are super sharp and they do a great job of cutting things like this. But this one is already colored with our Stampin' Blends. Again, I use the ivory. I use soft suede to do some shading, pumpkin pie, Bermuda Bay for the plumes, and then Rococo Rose to match that strip And it really is, sometimes Rococo Rose is kind of a dusty look, but I love that look with that umbrella. I think that, or that umbrella, that balloon. It's not an umbrella at all. Anyway, so that is our cute little chick. So we're gonna pop that up with some dimensionals, and I've lost them. They're right here. They're right in front of me somewhere. I don't know what I did with them. I'm sure you probably see them and you're like, Angie, they're right there. They're right there. Anyway, I found some other ones. I always have dimensionals close at hand, that's for sure. All right. I really don't know what I did with those. I don't know. They were just here. Okay, so this guy is going to pop up right about here. And then I'm going to do a little sentiment. This is a Stitch So Sweetly shape from Basic White. And I'm going to stamp that again with Memento Black. Let's celebrate you. Now talk about a perfectly shaped die cut for that sentiment. It was so awesome that I found that. And that's gonna just sit right there. It was made for that spot. It just was. I love it when things totally come together perfectly. Let's celebrate you. Okay, so I thought what would really dress this up is to try out this die cut. And this is just a little streamer that you can use from the Birthday Chicks dies. And I have cut out 2 little pieces here of Granny Apple Green streamers. I thought that would look so cute. So again, we're going to use just a little bit of dabs of the multi-purpose glue. And this just really makes the card, in my opinion. It dresses it all up and makes it very festive. So this one's going to go from this side up to here. I'm going to hold that down for a second. And then this one, I'm going to drape a little bit higher, but I want it to go clear to the edge. There we go. So just overlapped it just a bit. And there we go. And I think it needs just one little bling. You could add some Wink of Stella again if you wanted to. Just one little rhinestone there. And there is this cute card. This one might be my favorite. I just love those streamers. I love the really bright colors. Really, really cute. Sorry, I don't have it all the way in the video I see. So that is our card. Let me show you a Too Cool version. I like this one as well. This one uses the Artistry Blooms Designer Series paper, some Mango Melody, Melon Mambo, the Magenta Madness for the streamers, and then I colored that in the Mango Melody and Magenta Madness, and everything else is the same. I flipped them around a little bit so you can see I did my panel over to the left-hand side this time and put the sentiment on the right. And this time I added some rhinestones down at the bottom. Love those. Hope you guys like those a lot. Okay, we have one more. And this one, we're going to start with Real Red. I have a piece, another piece of the True Love Designer Series paper, and this one kind of has that trellis look, which I thought went along with the theme of chickens. This is going to go down the middle here. Oops, Get that lined up. Then I have a piece of not Whisper White, basic white. It's 3 1/4 by 3 3/4. And I've die cut a Sahara sand little barn. So we're gonna add that to the background. I'm gonna put that right up here in the corner. Next, we have a little sentiment. This is from the Hey Chick stamp set. Whoa, I about lost it. I about lost the ink pad right over the top. That would be horrible. So have a happy day goes right there. Then I'm gonna stamp a couple of the remaining chicks. I tried to use all the chicks. I couldn't even get it done in all the cards that we're doing. But we have that one, and also the little birthday egg. So those I'm gonna color again and die cut again with our coordinating dies. And I have those colored already. Not a whole lot of color on these. On this one, I just used a little bit of gray granite. Was it gray granite? Let me see. Yeah, light gray granite. Just a hint of color. And then on the wings and tail, some real red for his plume, and then and his little, what's it called? The little gobbler thing. Oh, I know the name of it and I can't think of it. And then his beak is pumpkin pie. This little guy has just a little bit of the gray granite light, the pumpkin pie feet and beak, the mango melody for the chick, and then the hat is in real red and gray granite. So these little guys are going to get popped up. So let's put some dimensionals on them. Super, super cute. And then actually before we do that, let's get these onto the background so we don't have to put our adhesive on after the dimensionals. So we have this background. Then I also have this piece. This is a 3 1/2 by 4. And I'm gonna just put this on at a little bit of a tilt. Just for fun. These chicks look like they're dancing. And so I thought, well, my layers are going to be dancing as well. So I'm gonna make it so that the basic white is the straight and the background basic black is what is a little bit askew. Then we can pop up our chicks. And he's going to be dancing, oh, right about there. And then this little good egg is going to be dancing right about there. Oh, they're having a happy day, a happy day. So that was a really simple card. Not a lot of fuss on it. I thought about putting rhinestones on it, and I felt like it didn't really need it. I felt like it was all pretty much where it needed to be. So I love how this card turned out, and I hope you do too. I have another version. This one uses a lot of the same elements for a completely different look. We started with Coastal Cabana. We used some of that very delightful paper again. And this time my layers are not dancing, but I wrote in the best of Cluck, and I used another of the chicks, and he's talking to this new guy, this new egg that's about ready to crack. I guess he's telling him best of Cluck on hatching, right? So that's my second card, using a lot of the same elements. All right, so those are our cards today. Let me bring back all of the cards that are going to be a part of our 5-card class kit. So this will be one of them. So you'll get all the parts and pieces for all of these different cards that I just showed you. And remember, I mentioned that all of these chicks are all popped up. They're all die cut and popped up. So that's one thing to keep in mind. I did that intentionally because I wanted you to really have fun using those outline dies in both the Hey Chick dies and the Birthday Chick dies. And if you don't have those dies, it's okay. You're just going to have to do a little bit of hand trimming there, a little bit of fussy cutting. I know some people like that and some people don't, but I wanted you to just be aware. I will give you the white paper for the stamping and coloring, but you'll have to do the cutouts on those yourself. Everything else is going to be cut out. Any of the things like the sign or the streamers, the barn, anything like that, the birthday, those are all going to be pre-cut and die cut for you, so you don't have to worry about those. And you'll get all the parts and pieces for all the other cards. You'll get the insides as well. So you just need to add the stamps, the dies if you want, the adhesives and inks. And I will have a full list of all the different things that you would need to make these on your own if you want to. So again, you'll get the 5-card class kit for free with your $35 minimum order. You just need to place your order at toocoolstamping.com and be sure to use that host code B34GJUFQ. If you happen to have a larger order of $150 or more, don't use the host code. That's my only disclaimer. When you get to that $150 level, you actually will earn Stampin' Reward dollars of 10% of your order. So you'll get at least $15 to spend on that order, and I want you to be able to spend them. When you use a host code, it takes those away. So I want you to not use the host code if you have an order over $150, and I will automatically send you the kit. So you have until, what's the date? February 24th, that's next Wednesday, to take advantage of this Chick Live Class Kit. And those will mail out on March 1st, it looks like, Monday, March 1st. So plenty of time to get those orders in, and you'll be able to get creative and have a lot of fun with all of these awesome and adorable little chicks. All right, everybody, I hope you had a fun time today. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you spending time with me. And if you were watching it live, thank you so much for joining me. If you're watching the replay, thanks again. I love that you found me and that you're taking some time out of your day to be a little creative with me. All right, that's all for today. Until next Thursday at 9 a.m. Eastern Time, this is Angie with Too Cool Stamping. Have fun, you guys. Bye-bye.